Hi, folks. So I just wanted to do a quick informational video on for folks who are just considering buying a semi-hollow guitar, and I just wanted to throw out the possibilities of looking towards a getting like maybe an Eastman T486. I think Eastman's a really good name. Has been making quality guitars for a while now. I'm not exactly sure how long, but they are known for quality. I wanted to get a semi-hollow guitar that was maybe like a step up in quality from like the Epiphone E335, and I wanted this. I did want to say that I know a lot of guys who use like the Epiphones 335, and they're really they're really nice guitars. You can kind of put they're cheap enough to build your own guitar around them, put in your own pickups, fool around with the wiring, change the tuners, that sort of stuff, and it would be fine. I think this is overall a better build quality. It should be. It's I paid $1,230 for it as opposed to the the $400 or $500 you'd pay for an Epiphone 335. But I didn't want to go so overboard to buy a Gibson 335 for $3,500. So I wanted to find a good compromise and still have a good quality semi-hollow guitar, which I definitely think this is. So yeah, it's the Eastman T486, has a laminate maple top, rosewood fingerboard. The pickups in it are going to be a Seymour Duncan 59 here in the bridge, and a Seymour Duncan Jazz in the neck. Nice combination of pickups, I think. I'm not sure what the tuners are on here. My first impressions of it, not having taken it out, but my first impression of it is it doesn't quite hold the tuning as well as like my locking tuner system that I have on my Music Man over there. So I might consider maybe getting some locking tuners put on here at some point, but it's really not been that much of an issue. On the other hand, I haven't yet gigged this yet, so I will kind of maybe do a follow-up once I do. It doesn't seem that hold the tuning there quite as well. But I don't know. To be fair, I haven't changed the strings on it. I'm still using the strings as they came set up on the guitar when it shipped. So, and that was about, I want to say like a month ago I got this. So anyway, but the pickups are fine. The pickups will definitely work, and I will probably use the pickups for a while. Personally, I keep hearing this little voice in my head says, that says put Lollar Imperials in here, but I think these things totally work. I wanted to give you guys an idea of the sounds. Another important consideration for me in buying this guitar, I thought, was that it does come with the two volume knobs and the two tone knobs. So for me, that's important when you're doing like a middle pickup thing. I like to have that variation of like, well, let's see what the guitar sounds like when you turn the volume knob down on like the bridge pickup and leave it all full up, because you won't lose any volume, I don't think. But for example, that's with everything full up in the middle position. Hear how that kind of darkens up. Here's the rolling off the tone all the way on the neck. Kind of gives you a nice kind of fat, jazzy, darker Pat Metheny thing going on if you like that sort of thing. Actually, I think he would do something more like, or even, but it definitely has that kind of sweep through the tonal variations and stuff that you can get from it. So like that, but I like the idea that you can kind of like mix and match like the volumes of the two pickups, like the bridge. Here's everything full up. Here's with the bridge. bridge rolled back a little bit, different sort of sound than messing with the tone knobs, even though you do like lose some of the high end. But maybe that's kind of part of the coolness of it, you know. Is that you can also change your way that way, the way that it ships. A lot of guys might want to take that treble bleed off of there. I may do that, but it's nice to know that you can get those variations of sounds just by the different ways you combine, like the volume pickups and the tone pickups, and mixing and matching and that sort of thing. So I like that. I do a lot of recording. I think that especially comes in handy in recording. And so that was one of the things that kind of sold me on it. Not the only, you know, they're not the only company that does that, but you know, this is definitely isn't the only guitar that does that, but it's definitely a handy thing to have around. So yeah, all those things. It's got the laminate maple top, not the solid maple. I don't really find that it makes too much of a difference. I hear a lot of guys saying, you know what, they'll say this fares really compares real well to like the Gibson 355 as far as the quality and everything, and may even, you know, the build qualities on these things as they ship from the factory might even be a little bit better than the Gibsons, who's been a little bit kind of like as far as like the variation from one guitar to the next as they ship from the factory. So build quality of this thing as it came in was great. I haven't changed anything. I wanted to give some idea of what the sounds of some of these things. So again, this is the 59 pickup, just full out, darkened up, right? So there's that, full out, tone rolled all the way off, tone about halfway up, kind of a cool thing. But that's the bridge pickup. Here's the two together, the 59 and the Jazz. And this is probably where I live most of the time. Anyway, when I'm gigging, is this kind of right here on the middle pickup. So it's important that you know, that it had a good sound that way. But this is basically it. So that's the two together. And again, it's this is where you can kind of get into playing with the knobs and stuff like that when you're engaging both volumes, both tone pots. So you can just kind of have it that. I've already talked about that, so we'll kind of move on. So that's the middle. I'm just going to shut up and play through and just play through the clean sounds on all the pickups. Bridge. Middle. Neck. Just another side note, I did want to say that part of the quality I think that you're kind of hearing is that I'm playing through my Deluxe Reverb 65 Deluxe Reverb reissue back here, which I've been using for years. So that, you know, that definitely factors into this. But anyway, so your bridge is like, not your bridge, your neck is more like that's the neck, just kind of doing the rhythm thing. Distortion. I think I might have mentioned, but this is an AMD distortion station, which is what I'm getting the distortion out of here. But so that's the neck, or point there if you're worrying about this not being heavy enough. This is on actually a fairly low gain for this AMD distortion station that I've got down here. So if I was to crank that gain up a little bit, I mean, the guitar can get relatively heavy, and that's the neck pickup without, and that's completely the neck pickup. So neck pickup would be like clean. That was distortion, but so distortion. Maybe a lick or two clean. Neck pickup clean. Neck pickup distortion. To me, the semi-hollow has a completely different character than a solid body guitar, which I also own. My Music Man Super Sport Axis, which I've been using for years. Anyway, so that's the neck pickup. Here's the middle. And that's what the both tones are rolled all the way up, rolled all the way off. I'm not going to get into the other combinations like we had talked about, but that's the middle pickup. Which for me, that's where I generally live when I'm gigging live, like with a band and stuff. Middle pickup. So that's the middle pickup. The bridge pickup sounds like. Kind of nice and really kind of cuts through, I think, and it's definitely a different sound. When you're doing like, this isn't a guitar lesson, but when you're doing like stuff like, and you're playing and you're doing something like a, say you're doing a lead. And you want the guitar to cut through the mix a little bit. It's nice to know that there's that kind of, you get that extra oomph from switching to the middle pickup to the lead pickup. So a little bit of a song we have heard before, probably. Middle pickup. There's that, but if you want to kick it in the lead, then I'll just kind of play from the rhythm to the lead here for a second. I'll show you. So middle pickup. And the lead. Right? It has that extra kind of mid-range sort of honk to it that would make it very handy from switching between those two sounds or playing live if you're into that sort of thing. So if that's a concern, that's a good strong point, I think. But so as we were saying, this is the bridge. And that's the rhythm, obviously. And this is the bridge. So yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I think this thing can get as heavy as you need it to be. Maybe that was like a little one of my concerns, which is kind of really unfounded. But I kind of bias of mine have been playing solid bodies for a while, and I wasn't sure if this was just gonna really get that punchy, harder, heavier rock sound for the those sorts of songs that we do, like Journey, Don't Stop Believing, Foreplay, Long Time. Stuff like that that's higher gain, but So yeah, but I think this guitar would definitely do the job for all that stuff. I'd be more than happy to take this thing out and gig with it. Once I do, I'll kind of give you my other impressions here of it, how it holds up that way. But yeah, so Eastman T486, fine guitar. Definitely, it definitely, if you like having different guitars for recording, that's semi-hollow, does as I thought it did, and definitely gives you like a different vibe than like a solid body kind of guitar. So I think that was important for me for recording, to be able to get like a little bit of a varied up kind of sound. When I do recording sort of stuff, I like to do, like, for example, like I'm getting more like in a Larry Carlton tone, and maybe some of the Robin Ford sort of stuff. And to me, this hits the mark a little bit more maybe than my Axis Super Sport over there, which is a fantastic freaking guitar. I've been playing that for like 10 years, but I did want a little bit something different to take out here. What's some, I would say the only quibbles that I've got with it right now, of course I may end up changing the pickups into like Lowler Imperials. I just kind of feel like I want to have something like with that in it, although we could use this straight out of the box and be fine with it and get some great sounds, and never have to change those at all. But that's one thing I'm considering doing, is just kind of putting some of those in there. They're expensive pickups, you can't, I wouldn't expect it in a $1,200 guitar to find like $400 pickups. But I'm considering doing that. I'm a little bit suspicious of how well these tuners that it ships with hold the tune. I've heard it slip, out when I played it, and it's maybe because I thought maybe it was because the strings were new, and maybe it's just kind of like it came strung. This is everything as it came from the factory here for me, or at least from the store that I bought it from. And I think that the tuning, I think, kind of slips out a little bit. But I'm comparing that to my, really stable, like, locking tuners on my Super Sport over there. But that said, I might find myself needing to tune a little bit more throughout the night, which I don't like doing. I don't like being in the middle of the song and then finding out that my, tuning got away from me. Which, to be honest, my old Axis is kind of does that too sometimes. But I think I'm a little bit more suspicious of this. So maybe some locking tuners on this, but and again, you could say the same thing about it on like a Gibson ES335 copy. But I think if you took this guitar, you could walk right out the door to it, go play a gig, and you would sound fantastic. It's got a great sound to it. The pickups are fantastic. I can't say enough good things about that. So yeah, so there's that. And where was I going with that? But yeah, so you could take this right out the door with everything that comes in it and be fine. Might have to tune a little bit more. You might have to keep an eye on that. I'll just say that. I'm not saying that's terrible. I'm just saying that my experience sitting down with it kind of tends to slip out a little bit more easily. But anyway, point was, just as you can do with any other expensive ES335 copy or a guitar, cheaper guitar, the pickups, you can replace the pickups. I would probably put Lowler Imperials in here for highly suggested to me. Been used by some of my favorite players. To buy a set of those, not to get too sidetracked, I'm saying if you don't want to get into Lowler Imperials because you don't want to spend $350 for a pair of pickups, which is definitely an issue, Seth Lovers, I've heard like comparisons of Seth Lovers and versus Lowler Imperials. Look that up on YouTube. Very close. But anyway, so Seth Lovers maybe, or if you want to go higher end, Lowler Imperials and the guitar, and maybe upgrade the tuners, and you'd be good as gold. You'd have a guitar that would be every bit as, I think, and arguably, and you can debate this with me if you want in the comments below. Every bit as good as any 335 that you could pick out. I just think it's a fantastic guitar. You can quibble you want about the laminate top versus the solid top, maybe in the the Gibson 335. Sorry, don't think it makes that big of a deal. Maybe it's my ears, but I'm not hearing where I would just be like, man, I wish this thing had a solid top, because I don't think it's much of a quibble there. So Eastman T486, great guitar, very versatile guitar. As shipped, fantastic. Again, Seymour Duncan 59 jazz pickup. I'm not sure what the tuners are on it. We shall see. Maybe I'll come back and report on that, but I may consider replacing those. Anything else? Right now, as I hear it, wouldn't change a thing. So Eastman T486, if you're looking for good quality semi-hollow body guitar, fantastic guitar. Looking forward to gigging it, and I'll let you know. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and comment in the place your comments below, and we'll talk to you guys soon.